Well, he's put very consistent swings on the ball in the last few weeks. He went through a stretch early in the season, I think it was in May, where he really scuffled for about 40 at-bats, and now we're seeing the complete opposite. This is a guy who, when he puts a good swing on a good hitter's pitch, it usually travels 400 feet, and we're seeing a lot of that.
Another guy who's put a couple good bats together tonight, Ian Kinsler. Obviously, you did some early work with him today. How unconventional is that, or
I haven't done it a lot with a lot of guys, but Kins looked better tonight. Had a single up the middle and line drive to right. So we're hoping to get him rolling, because he really at the top of the lineup is a key for us. He's a guy that when he's on base, not only is he a steal threat, but he's a guy that kind of sets the table for those four guys behind him.
Is it comforting, Brad, when your pitcher gives up three, your pitching staff gives up 3 home runs, but each one only counts as 1 run? I mean, that's...
Well, the old adage is, solo home runs never beat you, but it came close tonight.
Between when he was scuffling earlier, J.D. Martinez, and now, what do you think is the biggest difference in his approach?
There's not a ton of difference in the mechanics of his swing. Sometimes he got his stride foot down a little late when he was struggling. Now he's getting it down early, he's seeing the ball. When you get your stride foot down late, everything's late. You pick up the ball late, your swing starts late and throws you out of whack. But he's getting his load and his foot down early, and allows him to see the ball and put a good pass on it.
Would you call him clutch? It seems like a lot of the homers he hits come at a pretty big time.
He certainly was last year. I know he had some big homers. That was a big one tonight. So he's a threat when he steps in the box to hit a ball out. It doesn't matter what stadium, it doesn't matter to what field.
Sanchez had a couple of good outings, and then he had tonight with home runs again. Is this something that you guys can't pinpoint? What's going on with the home runs constantly?
Well, I wouldn't call this a bad outing. 7 innings, 4 runs isn't exactly a bad outing. He did give us some solo home runs, but he didn't give up a lot of hits. Might not have been as sharp as his previous few outings, but I think generally speaking with our offense, 4 runs and 7 innings out of a starter will produce more wins than losses.
You might have already hit on this, but just Bruce Rondon, 2 outings, obviously pretty good. Where's your trust in him? You used him today in the 8th inning. So.
Yeah, he looked good yesterday. He followed up with another good outing today. Like I said, when he was recalled from Toledo, he's a guy who's pitched the back of the bullpen before, so I wouldn't be worried about putting him in a tight game. Tonight is another example of the ability that he has, and when he's throwing strikes, he can get guys out, he can get major league hitters out, and he can get the heart of major league lineups out.
Brad, different situation completely, but Cespedes tested the theory that fans.
Yeah, I thought of you as soon as it happened.
Well, he thought about me for something. That's the good part. But you can see where it would be kind of iffy there with the way that play and where that ball went. That it's not going to be a close play necessarily with that.
Well, that's about as far as you can get from home plate where he hit that ball. And they weren't playing no doubles, I don't think, at that point in the game. But if the throw is on line, I think Victor beats it, but I think it would have been real close.